Hi, everybody. It's Rogan. Uh, I'm making another brief video about this Save-A-Lot situation, and then I'm going to make a longer video later. I'm wide awake now. It's early in the day. Uh, I don't have a choice but to complain to corporate at Save-A-Lot about what's been going on. They hired me to be an assistant manager. They have been dodging training me while visibly, without even getting read in on the scam totally, I can see an unbelievable lot of groceries walking out the door with the employees, systematic employee theft, rampant, with management approval, and other things going on that just seem like the whole store is a scam to them. But the main thing is when they blew up at me yesterday, like literally just interrupted training me to start screaming at me and threatening me and chase me out of the store. And what they interrupted was teaching me how they count the drawer in the safe at the end of the night. And they literally, the last straw that set them off completely and got one of them to suddenly just start screaming at me was that they were trying to walk me through just using the calculator to print out a slip about the money at some point while we're counting the money. And I had like $500 in my hand. And I stopped to just count it real quick. I had a bunch of money in my hand. I had a slip of paper going on a calculator, said what I had in my hand literally and exactly. But I counted it again. It's just $500. There's only like 15 or 20 ones in that stack. It only took a second. And I've been an assistant manager, a store manager, dozens of places in my life. Like you just count the money and then you count it again. Almost always when money disappears, it's because you dropped a five on the floor or something. And you catch it quicker if you keep compulsively recounting the money. Like if you got 100 ones in your hand, that's different. But I didn't. So like I stopped to count the money again, and one of these ladies was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, I'm counting the money again." She's like, "You're not writing it down. You're just gonna forget it." And I was like, "Well, I mean, I'm gonna count the money a couple of times. Like if you hand me several $100s to be responsible for how much money is there, I'm gonna count it a couple of extra times." And one of these women was like, "We're not paying you to count the money extra times." And I was like, "Really?" But then that's right there. I don't remember exactly what was said because that's when one of them started screaming at me to get the fuck out of the store. Right then. Right when I said I'm going to count the money twice. So there's that. Um, and I just I don't know what they're going to do. I'm scared to walk in there. I'm just like, they threatened to beat me up while three guys stood there waiting to hit me if I said something wrong. Like, it was nuts. It was really nuts. So I'm not in the business of losing a job because women started acting crazy and yelling at me. And one of them just started insulting me. It was very strange. Like it was like I was suddenly dealing with 10-year-olds on crystal meth. Um, but it does make sense in light of all the theft of property belonging to the store going on, all the literal groceries walking out the door with the employees. If they're scamming money also, it makes sense if they've only got two people working in management because they do not want anyone else counting the money in that store. And I, like, my other option is to just walk away and quit working there. And the next place I apply for a dipshit job like this, I got to tell them the last place I worked a dipshit job like the one I'm applying for here, they literally chased me out of the building screaming at me and threatening to hit me. And so I don't know what kind of a reference they would give me. I didn't go back. That's just not, I'm not going to do that. So I have to rat them out to corporate. Like I got to tell them everything I know about the weird theft shit going on because it's the only thing that explains why they acted like that at me. Nobody acts like that for that reason. Nobody just suddenly starts yelling at you that you're learning to count the money slowly by their training standards. Like, I mean, if I were a moron, maybe, like, but I'm not. Like, I was just sort of asking questions and making it slow and laborious for me to learn to count the money because I wanted to make sure I had it right. By slow and laborious, I mean I was going to make them spend 15 minutes teaching me slow instead of just walking through it really fast in 3 minutes. and telling me I should have kept up, which is what they did like the first 2 times. Uh, so yeah, so the next thing I'm going to do after this video, well, first today I'm going to go to the bar. I'm going to hang out at the bar for a few hours. I'm going to tell this story a couple of times because I think somebody might randomly illuminate some part of this for me before I tell the whole story in detail for corporate purposes. I just want to run it by a few people. And this video I'm posting for the same reason. If anybody has any advice about how to deal with reporting this kind of situation to a corporate structure, let me know. I already did. This is now the second video basically explaining what happened, but I'm going to make another video that explains in detail carefully what happened, like it's a deposition, and post that and send it to their corporate first before I call corporate. I'm going to have it on their Twitter feed is what I'm thinking. Because it seems safe. Like it seems like the corporate culture equivalent of calling the police when you've been physically threatened. Like I'm overreacting a little bit, but I don't have another good response to have as far as I can tell. If any of the like 5 or 10 people who will see this in the next 20 or 30 hours has a better idea, just based on this general outline of what has happened, let me know. It just seems like it's a smart thing to do first. I don't want them to think I'm trying to negotiate something. I don't want to have to drag a lawyer into it. But I'm not going to just quit and walk away because they acted crazy at me and threatened violence and insulted me. Like for couch surfing because I won't get a real job. Like the store manager. I mean, I don't even like that's even weirder than threatening to hit me for wanting to count the money twice. But either way, what they interrupted was the part where I learned to count the money at the store where everybody is clearly stealing the fuck out of everything that isn't money. So 2 plus 2 doesn't always equal 4 in that kind of situation. But man, that sure is shaped like a 4. That burning fire at the end of that equation is sure shaped like a 4 you get from 2 plus 2. So I'm gonna make a video that's a little bit more formal than what I normally do. I'm gonna act a little more normal, a little bit. I mean, it'd be about like this video, but I'm gonna be detailed about this tomorrow, first thing, and that I guess is actually going to be kind of entertaining, but it's going to be to send a Sav-a-Lot corporate. Like I said, if anybody has any better ideas, then just making a video explaining this entire story and posting it to the Sav-a-Lot website before I even contact them Monday morning. Let me know. It's the best idea I have. I'm not always the guy with the smart idea though, so let me know.